We'll kick it off with this story tonight. The families of 2 grade 1 pupils who passed away after consuming biscuits and juice purchased from a Soweto spaza shop have asked for privacy as they come to terms with their loss. The boys, aged 5 and 6, passed away on Sunday. 2 other grade 1 pupils are in a critical condition in hospital after reportedly eating biscuits from the same shop.
The families are very stressed at this point. And what happened yesterday, people coming here wanting to make this thing about themselves, while we have kids who are in cold ice, political parties who are coming here and want to make this thing about campaigns. The families are asking that, can you please respect them and allow them to mourn for their kids?
The City of Johannesburg Speaker Colleen Nqobile is pleading for calm in the community. She says residents must allow the law to take its course and the police to continue with their investigations.
That at this time, we truly do not want to resurrect issues of unrest and violence, especially against foreigners. And it's a time where everybody has mounting rage on a number of stuff, whether it's social ills, what's happening in our communities, unemployment, etc. And it's very easy to channel that negative frustration towards what has happened with these foreigners. So we're appealing for calm. We're appealing for everybody to allow the investigations to unfold. We understand that samples of some of the biscuits and whatever the kids ate have been taken for testing. The police are on the case. Please, let's allow them to come back to us and tell us exactly, precisely what has gone wrong.
Our reporter Nqobile Madlala was in Soweto today. She's in studio to tell us more of what she uncovered. What a devastating story, especially for the families that have now lost these 2 young children, 2 others remaining in a hospital. What have they said about the situation that they find themselves in right now?
I think it's very difficult. I mean, earlier on, we managed to speak to a grandmother and a grandfather of the one child that has passed away. And I think just the explaining of what happened, you can see that they're going through a lot. He says he woke up to the screams from the mother because there was a man that had come with the child, holding the child, saying that he had fainted on the side of the road where there's usually taxis that are driving there. And he took the child along with the siblings, and they went home, and they were trying to resuscitate him, trying to wake him up. So it was very difficult. I mean, they call him Ukapte, and even the little ones that came to speak to us, they said they used to play with him, that he was a very quiet child. And so the family is just going through a lot. The other family as well explaining to us that the child came in the house and there were 2 of them. So from the second family, there's 2 kids. One is currently in hospital, whilst the other one is the one that passed away. And the Hang family was saying to us that when they came in, they all said they had sore throats. So almost as if they were getting flu. And they said it was just burning, that it was hurting, and the other one was sweating. And eventually they called an ambulance. But whilst they were waiting for the ambulance, they reached out to a priest nearby, who then took the children to the clinic. And unfortunately, when they got there, they hadn't realized that the other child had passed on already, and so they couldn't help. So the family is traumatized. You can just see it. It's trauma. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do at this point, and they're preparing for a funeral of a 4-year-old. Can you imagine how difficult it must be? Because that's when you think somebody has so much life, and they're gone.
Nqobile, let's talk about whether we have any sense of the time frame here. When are these children expected to have, or when are they thought rather to have bought these biscuits? Any indication of how long after they ate them they started having these adverse reactions?
Well, according to the family that we spoke to, the first one, they said that the child had gone to play. So it seems they went to play, they bought the biscuits, they had the adverse effects, and they then went their separate ways, which made it very difficult for them then to see how how long it took, because then that's when the man took the child from that area where he had fainted. Whilst the mother on the other side in the Khang family said it was later in the afternoon that they started realizing that this was happening. So it must have had the different effect at a different time.
Yeah. Is this shop still operational? What does the shop owner have to say? Is he in the community?
So what we found out, and of course we didn't have this on camera because the family was not comfortable in speaking to us, but what we did find out from somebody who said they were a family. The shop is basically renting in one of the families in the Soweto community, of course, and they're running that area and paying monthly rent. So what happens now is that after that incident, obviously the community was not happy with the family, so the family is very scared to speak about the person that they had rented the place to. However, they haven't seen the shop owner ever since. The shop has been closed. They haven't had any contact with the shop owner, and really they're just waiting for the investigation to continue, like what we have heard, that they're still investigating what happened. So there's no clear indication where the shop owner is or if he's going to be back in any time. But the shop is closed. It's not working at this point.
A devastating, set of events there, and certainly still a long week for those families that now have to prepare for the burials of those young children.